Growing not just for clients, for the community. We're lifting up others with us. This is not resting on a legacy. This is running on it. Taking all that's been learned and seen, taught, and dreamed over the past 50 years to shape and fuel the next 100. Century 21. This is our century.
Right. Good morning.
Hello.
All right. Are we coming through?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Good. Good. Let me just check a couple of things because they have changed things in Zoom. So it's relearning. It's like 5 years ago. Got to figure out how this works. All right. All right. We got in. So welcome to Let's Talk Real Estate 6/17/2026. Remember to use the Joy of Home. They're dedicated to the Joy of Home. That's our ad campaign for the last 2 years. Award-winning. It reinforces the brand of a 55-year-old brand and takes some of the best elements from it and presents it in a new way. And it's certainly geared towards social media, and that's what all of these are. They're very good Facebook posts. So we have some new ones in the system as well. Have a look at that and get something out there on a regular basis to reinforce yourself and to reinforce the brand. So these look really good. Dogs are good. Cats are even better. The children are good. All of these things absolutely will get you some attention. So have a look at those. Okay, let's talk real estate. I wanted to bring to you, I'm actually going to test something here. New share. How about not share? How about stop share? Stop video, stop share, new share. Don't share. Okay, now we're going to have the dog. All right, so I wanted to bring some stuff to you because I just got back from a convention and I learned a lot of neat things. So another candy. Good. All right. So one of them we talked about was standards. You've got to have some standards in your professional life, certainly in your personal life, and in your approach to business. You want to have some standards. So we had a small list of standards I'd like to go through. One of them is, I really like this, especially right now. It's the 180-degree rule. And that's an old business concept, but what it basically means is whatever your competition is doing, you just do 180 degrees and do the opposite of that. Okay. So what would that mean today? You can look around and see what other realtors are doing. You meet other realtors in your transactions. You see what other realtors are doing as you drive through a neighborhood and see signs. So you can kind of get an idea of that. But I do have an interesting statistic for you. The market is down right now, and it's quite a bit down from even last year. And what other realtors are doing is nothing. So that makes a 180-degree turn really easy. I think the statistic is 4 million realtors in the United States, and 90% of them do not actively seek listings. So if you get overwhelmed looking at, oh, this realtor owns this neighborhood and they get all the business and they get all the business, that's a perception that's probably not true. If you were to enter the business and start doing this work, you would get results from it without a doubt. So do 180-degree on to realtors in general and just start working. I really like that one. All right, have a good business plan to gain a competitive advantage so that you know what you are doing. That way you know what you're doing. If you don't have a business plan, perhaps taped to your refrigerator, then what are you going to do today? What are you going to do today to get business? So that's a key element of it. I also want to point out that we're at the halfway point. We're right in the middle of the year. So we know what the first half looked like, and we still have plenty of time to change course and improve the next half of this year. So this is a perfect time. If you didn't do a solid business plan coming into the year, now is the perfect time to get back on track and do a solid one for the next 6 months and set some goals for that. How do you keep track of your numbers? There's a lot of ways to do that, but what is the old saying? Things that are measured improve, things that are not measured do not improve. And I always think, yeah, I really like that. Doesn't really apply to your weight. You can take your weight measurement every day and maybe it'll change, but you have to know what you're doing to know where you're going. So you want to track your numbers and you want to track your sources so that you can do better on things that work, I guess. Shauna, can you hear me?
I can now. I was having some difficulty, but I can now.
Yeah, I thought so. But good. So you track your numbers and you track your sources very closely, don't you?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I get a lot of referral business right now. That's what I mostly get. And sometimes I get calls from people who are just looking for Century 21 agents. But yeah,
Sure.
most of it is referral business, keeping in touch with my people.
So referral business. So you have a strong database of past clients.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So how do you track your numbers? All right. So definitely track your numbers with that in mind. Okay. Source your business on a regular basis. Where did your business come from? Because that will tell you probably the most important thing. Are you doing well with referral business? And if you are doing well with referral business, are you following a strong program to work your sphere of influence in your data? Are you sending them a postcard every 4 months? Are you calling them? Do you have them classed A, B, and C? So you know the ones that like talking to you, that you like to talk to, and you know the people that maybe should not be on the database or should just be on your email trickle campaign. So now is the perfect time to do that. All right, my favorite. Now tell me where I got this. Tell me who this comes from. The internet is a waste of time.
Mike Perry.
Oh, really? Okay. That is Mike Perry training. Yeah, I have some of his books around. All right. So I go see him every year and just to see what old school tactics were like and compare them to the world we're living in now. The world we're living in now, we have all the old school traditional 100-year-old tested methods, but we're still using them. They never went away. It's still a people business. It's still about personal communications. And we have all of this technology and we have all of this advice about how often you should post, what you should post. And I got to tell you, there are people like Mike Ferry and like me who say, you need to spend all of your time out in the neighborhood or on the phone. Spend all of your time on that because that's the most direct way to get business. There are also people who just, no, that's 1980s. That you need to be on the web. You need to have this. You need to have that. You need to have that. Be careful. I think we're being sold something, especially by Google. We all work for Google, whether you realize it or not. We all work for Google in some ways. I think we're being sold something that's not as effective as they'd like to say it is. And certainly, if you need a listing today, and I'll bet a lot of you would tell me you need a listing today, the only way to get it is through direct marketing, directly contacting people, putting up another social media post and waiting for someone to contact you is not going to get you a listing right now. So that's why he says it in such a firm way, because you really think about that. And I do believe in social media. I do believe in the internet, and it's constantly changing. Rules are constantly changing. What worked for you yesterday won't work today. You got to relearn the rules. But put it in perspective. Only spend a certain amount of time. Have your and Nick is very good at that. Nick does the social media for us, and he will spend a certain amount of time on this. He will make 3 posts here. He will do that, and then he's done with it. Doesn't go down the rabbit hole of reading. You get buried in the gossip. You get buried in the little short videos, and it just traps you. So don't fall for that because you're running a business. You don't have time for that. But you do need to get yourself out there quickly and then get back to whatever else you're doing, which should be contacting your sphere of influence or finding new people to add to your sphere of influence.
Right.
All right. I like this one. I want my business to be predictable and duplicatable. Everything you should do should give a predictable result. So I'm working on that with the business. With the business, we spend some money on the internet, but that's fine. I don't want to just throw out money for something that somebody says, oh, that's a good idea, do that. That'll work. That'll get you the business. If you put money into it, track it and see if you get any money out of it. And if you were to make that connection between spending money on the internet and getting a phone call and then closing a deal, you'd have that connection, then you'd know how much effort to put into the internet to increase that closing side. So keep finding things that work. We have a list of 100 ways to get clients. Go through that and you'll see the first 6 are the ones that you're going to do. The first 6 are the tried and true methods on that. But look through the entire list and that will trigger something that might work for you, that you might want to try. So make sure we get that. In fact, could you make a note? Let's email that out to everybody today. The 75 ways or the 100 ways, whatever it was called. Lots of ways to get business.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks. The 30 to 40% of your business should come from your database. That's a whole nother discussion, is how to work your database and how valuable the database is. But it is true. That's your career. Those are the people you've worked with. Those are the people that know you, and they will give you business for the rest of your life if you cultivate it. If you reach out to them and they know you're in business. My favorite thing is they did a survey once and it said X number, a high percentage of people would use the realtor they used last if they could find them. So that's one of my favorites. And I know it's true.
Yeah, I just heard that again. It's 88% would like to use their realtor again, but only 12% do.
Only 12% do.
Mm-hmm.
There's all kinds of reasons. Yeah, maybe they can't find them. Maybe they're not looking very hard. Or maybe they think they don't want to. Shauna, you and I have talked about this. You want to look busy, but you don't want to look too busy.
Too busy.
Yeah.
Exactly. That has been a thing before, you bet.
Right. You have to invite them. You have to give them an engraved invitation to call you. Another thing you ran across, you list a $2 million home and somebody has something that's not a $2 million home and they're intimidated. They don't want to call you. So yeah, you have to make yourself open and available to everybody.
And it can go the other way. They see that you're listing all houses in the 300-400 or manufactured homes, and then they think you don't do the high end. So you just have to constantly telling people what you can do.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's tough, but it's all about working your database. But you can't beat a phone call. And I know you're very good at that. You have your A-listers that you call on a regular basis. They expect your call. It's a good experience. So that's the way it's done. All right, to keep yourself balanced, always have 1 or 2 smaller achievable goals that keep you excited. And now a goal to get a listing today, and I get a listing today, that's a big win. But find other things. Just set a number of phone calls. Say, well, I'm working this neighborhood. I have an open house on Saturday. Another agent said I could open their house. And so I'm going to do the prep work on that. And I'm going to send out 100 postcards to that neighborhood with my picture on them. That is a smaller achievable goal that you can take a lot of satisfaction in it, because it's a very direct way of reaching out to clients. Even better would be, I'm going to make 25 phone calls the night before this open house. I'm going to call the neighbors and tell them there's an open house, there's fresh baked brownies, there's, you know, whatever you're going to do at that open house. And that's a really great conversation to have. We call it a warm call as opposed to a cold call, because you're not just calling out of the blue. You're telling them something that they would really love to know. They'd love to look in that house. We all love to look and see the neighbor's house, and you will get those people. So go ahead and invite them. We've got, let me keep yourself balanced. Let me see what else we have that's good. This one is good. What does tracking numbers do for you as a business person? So tracking your numbers teaches you who you are as a salesperson. And, you know, you want to kind of set your ego aside and take a critical look at what you're doing. And how are you as a salesperson? What are your strengths and weaknesses as a salesperson? A lot of things we hear is, well, I'm really good with people and I really want to help them, but I really don't like to pick up the phone and call people. That's fine. There are other things to do, but I think you'll find that it turns right around to having to pick up the phone and call people. You certainly have to pick up the phone and call when you're in a transaction. And it really isn't that much different than calling somebody that you haven't talked to before and asking for a transaction. So Shauna, is that difficult?
If you haven't done it enough to not care. But yeah, no, it can be sometimes, but it always is a good conversation. It's always easy. It is. It's it's just the before you do it that makes it harder.
It is. So we talk about that quite a bit and we do some training. Anybody can do it that wants to. You know, if I call up, and I've done this lots of times, you know, hi, I'm with Century 21. We're having an open house tomorrow at noon to 3. Yeah, what are they going to say? They're going to say thank you, no thanks, or they're going to say maybe I'll drop by. Now, if everything goes well, they'll say I was thinking of listing my house, and then you pull out another script, you pull out another list of questions to ask them. That's what you're actually looking for. But just let them know you're there. I think that's a great idea. So I'll call that circle prospecting, and it's going to be part of, I'm going to unveil my new open house program. I really want to assist people with their open houses and kind of have a little kit ready to go and plan out all the marketing before an open house. Because I don't want anybody to just put out a sign, sit there, talk to one nosy neighbor, and thought they did something productive for 3 hours. They need to spend another 3 hours the week before, and then sit in the house for 3 hours and have some people come by and have actually marketed yourself in the neighborhood.
Yep.
That's what that does. Again, we're halfway through. Now is the time to strengthen the second half of 2026 by spending most of your time on listing appointments or preparing to make a better listing appointment.
And it's not even, I don't think we're even officially summer yet.
It's the 22nd.
That's right.
Yeah,
There's a whole summer to sell houses.
there is. There is. And it's going to be a great summer. It's going to be a long, hot summer. That's my prediction. I think last few days have told us that that's where we're heading.
Mm-hmm. Hot.
We have strengthened. So strengthen it. Create a strong production-based schedule for the 260 work days each year. Remember, I used to talk about that, and I used to pull up my annual calendar. Every year I go to Home Depot, I buy one of those big 12-month calendars, and go ahead and look at it and see there's 365 days. I'll give you a hint. There are about 260 work days, and realtors don't work that many days, but business people do. So I would look at myself as a business person, and I would look at those 260 days and have a plan and a schedule on what I'm going to do on those days. So that gets right back to a daily schedule that is looking for productive activities. So do that. If you haven't done that, consider buying that calendar. It's kind of revealing to just stare at it and see that, wow, there's 260 work days. That's actually a lot. It's actually a lot of days off. And I think I can manage that. And I think I can do something to generate business every one of those days. Here is an example of a schedule. Focus on 8 a.m. to noon for lead generation. If you ever are going to call people or even just start filling out postcards or ordering postcards or doing something to reach out to people, between 8 o'clock and noon is your highest energy. So consider doing that and getting that done for the day. And then you can do things that are a little more relaxed. Why 8 o'clock? Well, I don't get up till 9. Well, realtors don't get up till 9. Everybody else is in their office at their desk, at their business, running their business or doing their job. So think about that. Think about that.
There's debates about early risers or what have you. And I think they're finding that as long as you're doing something that kind of works on your schedule.
Well, the Martha Stewarts who get up at 4 o'clock and are out in the garden, they have an advantage.
There is the early bird. Yeah.
Because there's no distractions when they get up and start working. Now, I wouldn't call anybody at 4:30, but you can get a lot done. You can get a lot of prospecting done in another way. All right, so the afternoon, time to service your listings and do other administrative tasks. And the afternoon, hopefully you have an appointment set up because that's what the afternoons are for. And we have a whole 5-point listing system on how to get that, how to have the best chance of being the obvious choice to get that listing because you followed a structure and you didn't miss anything. Don't go into a listing blindsided because you didn't get out the checklist and do everything right. You'll end up going to the listing unprepared for a question. You'll have made a mistake in the CMA. You'll be late. Don't be late. You won't be in control of the situation. You won't be walking them right into the kitchen table as soon as you get there and tell them this is going to take 15 minutes. All of those things are so important and they're so impressive to the client,
Mm-hmm.
So that's the afternoons and the evenings. Go on appointments and do any extra prospecting if you have time to do that. What we do as realtors is we tend to just waste all of our time on a single transaction. And well, hopefully those of us that are analytical will probably spend too much time on the transactional thing when all of that is straightforward. That's the easy part. We need to get the business in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
And then the final one I'll do is create a strong plan to improve your sales skills. And talk to your branch manager about that and see what kinds of skills you want to learn and how we can help you. At North Star, we have a full program. We have a comprehensive library of information on how to do that. On maybe you don't even know what the skills are that you don't have. So we have a program that you can listen to. You can listen to audio on that and just get caught up on what real estate is all about and see where you're deficient if that's the case, and then study those. But I can tell you, everybody needs to study the listing presentation. Everybody needs to study that because that's the most critical thing we do by far, the actual presentation itself. Okay. Heard enough of me. All right, Kung, do you want to take the screen and tell us about the market and all of that?
Sure. Let me pull up my screen. Let's see. We can start with what's going on at each office. Let me take over real quick. Okay. So what's happening at each office? Let's see, Portland, we're staying pretty productive. We have, I don't know if I announced it last week, but Shauna closed on property in Clatskanie. Wonderful clients. I know she wrote a couple offers for them and finally got that closed pretty quick. Faye went under contract for a buyer side, so congrats to Faye. I believe that was last Friday or late last week. We have a couple scheduled closings that I will announce as soon as those officially record and fund. I know I've been in talks with some agents in Coos Bay, and they're working with some buyers. So they're getting a surprising amount of referrals for people buying at the coast. So, I'm glad to hear that they're staying productive over there. What's happening in Washington, Shauna?
Well, Stephen Burright put one into contract. It looks like they're getting ready to both Stephen and Jennifer have one together. That looks like it's getting ready to close, so we'll announce that when it's getting ready. Sarah Borders is listing a fixer in Kelso, so that'll be coming up later today, I believe. And in Washington, we have buyers that are working, hoping to go into contract this week on one of mine, and Shauna's out showing houses as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I saw a beautiful penthouse with Stephen Burright in Vancouver. Good for him.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
What's happening in Idaho? Do we have Shelley's message yet?
Yes, we do.
I see that. Can you see that, Shauna?
I have to toggle between screens, so
I do
bear
too.
with me here. Okay, yeah, I'm here. Okay. Let's see here for the chat. We got Jerry put a buyer under contract. Jana put a buyer under contract, and Mariana put a seller under contract, and Marisol is working with the buyer. So very busy, very busy.
Nice. Yeah, let's
Good job, everyone.
continue this streak. Summer's coming up, and that's our regularly our busy season. So excited to announce new listings, transactions, and closings in the near future.
Nice.
Okay, let's see what else is happening at the offices. Company events. We'd like to announce our company events at this meeting. We have our awards ceremony for the Portland, Washington area tomorrow at noon. So if you are available, we'd love to see you there. Celebrate some of our wins with our fellow agents. We'll have production awards as well as Rookie of the Year. And we'll have special guests from other parts of the industry.
Here's a hint.
So
Here's a hint we're gonna have.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It's a very deserving person will be a couple of very deserving people will be getting awards tomorrow.
Absolutely. What's for lunch?
We have pasta ordered. We'll have a pasta station with various sauces and meats and bread and salad.
Nice.
At Olive Garden?
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
And then Idaho's award luncheon is July 9th. We will continue to remind you. That'll be exciting as well.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an Olive Garden in Caldwell?
Many. Well, not many in Caldwell, but there are Olive Gardens.
Shelley, what's for lunch? Let us know what's for lunch.
Nampa. Sure, yes. We'll have to get with her to think about what we're gonna eat. The pasta station always goes well.
So Nick and I are working on a couple of things, and this apply to the Portland office, but we're going to do some events in the neighborhood here, and we have a couple of old neighborhoods in Portland here, Multnomah Village and Hillsdale. So Nick and I are going to canvass the neighborhood, and we're going to put these. I got how many do we get? 1,000 of these, something like that.
276 currently.
Okay, so we have plenty of flags. Anybody who'd like to join us and pick a neighborhood to go pass out your business cards and these flags. This is one of those traditional, been around for 100 years, prospecting methods for realtors. This and the pumpkins at Thanksgiving or Halloween. Yeah, and some, kids are gonna follow you and pick up all the flags or pick up all the pumpkins. So you gotta watch out for that. But
Right.
this is a good thing to do. And we're gonna do this on the third and the 5th of July. Nick and I will do that because we have a parade to go to on the 4th.
And
If you
August
want to come
15th,
down
we
to
have,
the city and work that neighborhood,
Yeah.
Nick and I will be in the parade in our vintage Jeep.
yes.
Yeah.
August 15th is Multnomah Days. You want to fill them in on that?
Well, yes, Multnomah Days. So actually you tell them, Nick, because we've been recruited, we've been asked to do something for Multnomah.
We have. So Multnomah Days is obviously a very well-known district party. People from all over the city go to it. It's one of the oldest neighborhoods in Portland. It used to be its own little town called, Multnomah Village. And we are going to be ushers. And the thing about Multnomah Village is it allows you to wear your office branding, and we are going to be the official real estate firm for Multnomah Days. Our office is right next door, and our office is your office. It doesn't matter if you're in Vancouver or Idaho. This is your office. I think we have someone from Eugene today. This is your office. So anytime it's good to go. People are coming and going from all over Clark County. They might be coming to this area. They might be going to that area. It doesn't matter. But you can wear your C21 hat. In fact, here is the bright gold C21 hat that we have ordered. We're ordering several of those. And you will be ushering people safely across the street because it is, they close it to traffic, but it is a very busy event. And it's one of the few events where they really allow you to push your services with your office on it. And we are now the only real estate office in the village at this point.
And we're
So
going
I highly encourage you, August 15th.
August 15th. We're going to look like the only real estate office in this side of town because we will be canvassing neighborhoods. They will see our gold caps at events. So I'm looking forward to that. I hope it's not too hot, and I hope it doesn't rain.
You never know. But Kung and I are going to be pushing this. Do expect to have us in your ear, even though you're independent contractors. This is good for your business.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, how exciting. We'll definitely be reminding people throughout the season of all these events, and we'll announce any other ones that come up.
Okay.
Okay. How's the market? One of the things we find important is that most agents know what's happening, good agents understand what's happening, and great agents can explain what's happening. So we like to present the most up-to-date market stats. Let's see what Freddie Mac has to say about the most recent interest rates. Right now, the 30-year fixed rate mortgage is 6.52%. This is up a little from last week. Average from last week was 6.48. A year ago, the 30-year fixed rate mortgage was 6.84. So it was lower than a year ago for sure. But it's stabilizing. It's been between 6 and 7 for the past 7 months or so. So stability is always good.
Yeah.
15-year for those who can qualify for those programs are it's averaging 5.84. This is up a little from last week where it averaged 5.79, but down from a year ago, which was where it was at 5.97. Again, pretty stable interest rates. So you can see this. You can get some charts and visuals that you can put on your social media. Find the latest one at either money.com or Freddie Mac. Okay, local statistics. We like to get our local statistics in the Portland metro area from RMLS. Let's pull some up so that people know what's happening in their current, in their local market. If you don't know where to go, log into RMLS, go down to statistics, and check out the weekly highlights. This is these are updated weekly. So let's see. Let's take a look at the Portland metro area.
You know, what I love about these, Kung, is that's a social media post there.
Yep.
You shared so easily with your clients.
Yep. You know, post it weekly. post it, you know, as often as you feel like is good for your social media, but just save it to your desktop or save it to your phone and just plop it into your social media, whether that be Facebook or Instagram or whatever platform you use.
Yeah.
But 49 days on the market is the current market times for the Portland metro area. Almost 2 months. It hasn't changed from the week prior, so it looks like things are stabilizing in that front as well. On that front as well.
I think that's short, but it's healthy, but it's still kind of short. So
Yep.
49 days is good.
Yep. 694,600 is the average sales price. Median sales price is 566,000. And we had 560 new listings in the week. Let's see what else we can learn. Coos County, let's take a look at what's happening at the coast. 59 days on the market, almost 2 months.
Good.
$354,800 is the average sales price. Looks like the median sales price is under 300 at 299,000. Down a little from the week prior on listings, 24 new listings, 131 pending sales, and 17 closed sales.
Okay. Good place to get your second home.
Yes, for sure. Coos County is I like Coos County. It's a great coastal part of the state. Shauna, you want to tell what's happening in Clark County?
Absolutely. We have 186 new listings right now, which is up 7.5%. We're looking at 41 days on the market. That's awesome. That's, like John said, a really good market time. 944 pending sales and 69 closed sales. And we're looking at an average sales price pretty high, but the median is at 556, which we've been at most of the year, I think.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, those of you who haven't been with us as long as others, you know, we've seen market times of 3 days.
Mhm,
And you
2
know,
hours, yeah.
not
mhm.
30, 40, 50, 60 days, that's great.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know that I agree with that stats, but for the days on market, because I'm seeing it longer here.
Oh, yeah.
Really am. Mhm.
Yeah, I think those are just the averages. You know,
Mhm.
I know of certain areas within Portland where things are still moving pretty quickly, and the houses in those areas are still getting top dollar, and multiple parties and multiple offers coming in on those. But you know, and on average, I think houses are sitting a little bit longer. Buyers are
Yes.
taking their time. They have that luxury, which is nice. I think buyers should take their times looking at the inventory and making sure the house they are looking for is the right one that fits all their needs.
Okay.
Let's see what's happening at C21 University. C21 University is free to all of our agents. It's a great program that Century 21 offers to us. There are numerous free classes that will be perfect for whatever route you want to go in your real estate career, whether that be residential, working with veterans, commercial, whatever it is. Century 21 will have a class on it. So definitely check out their schedule. Just log on to your 21 online, go to C21 University and look at, see what's available. I think we will update our Accelerate times and dates here when we have new classes announced. But that's one of the classes we like to focus on and recommend to most of our agents. It's perfect for new agents as well as seasoned agents who just want a refresher on how to work with buyers and sellers and how to make your business run. But always a recommended class.
It gets you motivated. Get
Mhm.
you in a group with people and a group of and that are all trying to do the same thing. So it's motivating.
Yep, and it's a great place to network. agents from all over the Century 21 network joined that class. I know I met a couple people from, I believe it was I think there were a couple Japanese ones and a couple agents from Europe and some from South America that were in the last Accelerate course I was in.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Okay. Hey, Kuhn, play the Color of Happiness.
Okay. I will get that started.
It has sound.
Coon?
No
Hello?
sound.
Let
Okay.
me
You do the sound? Maybe it's
yeah. No, I gotta change the setting real quick.
Yeah, do that.
For optimize for video sharing. Okay, there we go. So let's start that one over.
Okay. And watch it again with the colors.
Was that?
Focus on the color. It's trying to tell you something, the video.
It's the color of sunflowers in the garden, the pat of butter on a stack of pancakes, and the coat of fresh paint in the nursery. It's the color of celebration, of tiny rain boots, and of morning's first light. It's the color of happiness. And if you want a real estate agent dedicated to putting your happiness first and foremost, look for it on the sign out front. Century 21, dedicated to the joy of home.
Well done.
Well done. So let me tell you the story of that. And we hired a new executive, Tori Kirchner, at Century 21 a few years ago. And before she got there, we rebranded. So look behind Nick and you see that champagne color. You see the new font. You see the seal, the C21. All of that is great. But we did away with the gold because we thought it was stuffy. It was from the past and whatever. We wanted a fresh start. And so we did that. And so good. But then Tori came along and she said, she realized after a short time that we had given away the most recognizable thing that we had was that color. So she realized she'd have to bring that color back. And she did it in a big way last year at the convention. And she rolled out this video. She said the gold signpost is back. We bought those gold ball caps. So the gold is important to this brand. It sets us apart. We're the oldest brand, 55 years old. We started with the gold, and that's really our main thing is the gold. It's kind of funny because 55 years ago they decided to do gold and do gold jackets because I think Remax was doing blue jackets or blue signs or just something like that. It was in response to that. But yeah, I love the gold, not the gold jackets. I'm not going to go that far, but I want to get back to the gold posts, and we're going to have some more gold stuff in this office for you. So
Nice.
I already have the gold hat. You already got me one.
the gold hats. Well, they ran out. Nick called the promo store yesterday, and they said they're going to have them this month. So he ordered one another 10 or 20.
Yes, they sold out.
They sold out.
Yeah, so they had to reorder that particular look, which is very telling.
Well, everybody was getting them at the convention. I bought everybody one. So they're very popular. So
Nice.
okay.
Yeah.
Any other closing words? Anything else? Anybody like to say?
Just a reminder that our
just-
awards ceremony is tomorrow. Hopefully you can make it. Come celebrate with your fellow agents at the Portland office.
Yes.
Okay. Shauna?
That was what I was going to say.
Okay.
Hope to see people tomorrow.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. Thank you. We will see you next time.
Thank you.
This is our time. No, this is our century. Our gold shines bright. Because this is a network unlike any other. 135,000 affiliated agents across 84 countries and territories in almost every